It's so blurry. Can't see nothing. It's too light. The lighting is terrible on this side of the room. Welcome in, you guys. I hope you guys can see me. Thank you for joining. I hope y'all are having a good night. Oh, this is just not right. Okay, let's see if that better. Oh, I think I know what it is. Okay, now that's better. Yeah, that's better. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me. So I came on. It's still a glare. I don't know how to fix that. I hope y'all can see me okay. But I actually came on because I was inspired by another TikToker to so actually I am in the process of doing some money work. And so actually what I do is I am a Hoodoo practitioner. And so I was on TikTok earlier today and I was inspired to do a just to show my work. Because like I said, I am a practitioner of Hoodoo. And I do a lot of different workings like love work and protection work. Excuse me. And money work and all of those things. And so I was just inspired to show some of my work. At first, I was kind of like, no, I don't think I should do that because traditionally Hoodoo is practiced in secrecy or in privacy. So it's not something that is done publicly. And right now I'm just saging saging my space. I'm saging my candle because I will be using a candle in my work. So the first step or the first rule is to always make sure that you cleanse your tools that you're working with. You have to cleanse them of whatever energy that it holds. No, how did my phone die? Hello, thank you for joining me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm sorry, I was on here earlier, well, just a few minutes ago, and my phone died. And I didn't know that my phone was dying. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Okay, come on now. Let's get this together. So I hope y'all can see me okay. Because I can't really get this thing adjusted right. But as I was saying before my phone died on me, I am a practitioner of Hoodoo. And so I was about to do some money work or do some prosperity work. And I was inspired to come on live and do it on live by another TikToker that I saw earlier today. I really did not want to, because traditionally hoodoo is not, it's a secret. It's kind of traditionally done secretly. But after giving it some thought, I was like, why not, um, why not come on and share my work and what I do with others, so that other people can know what I do. Um, of course, I do also make spiritual products. I do make candles, soaps, um, teas and tinctures and all that good stuff. But I also do, I am a hoodoo practitioner. So this will probably be the first and last time that I'm going to do this. So consider yourselves lucky if you joined my live today, or tonight rather. So as I was saying earlier before my phone died, the first step in always before you do any work is to always make sure that your energy is cleansed, and also the tools that you're working with. Um, and so it is important to do that, because you want to cleanse any intentions that were already on your products if you buy them. I typically make my own candles, um, but I decided to use a candle that I bought from the store, which this is a 7-day candle. And so I like to use 7-day candles when I am doing something that requires um, a lot of intention and power behind it. So I have a green candle here, and I'm just saging it, if you guys can see. Green is the color for money. But you don't have to necessarily use green. You can also use white as well. White is a universal color. You can use a white candle for just about any candle work, because it is universal. And if you guys could double tap the screen, I would really appreciate it. And if you can give me a like and a follow, I will definitely follow you back. So again, I'm just cleansing my candle, and I'm cleansing my energy, because I want to add my own intention. So once you cleanse your candle, you put your own intention into it. And I do that by just, usually I'll speak out loud what it is that I'm trying to manifest. But because I'm on live, I don't really want to speak it out. But whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest, you would put that energy or that intention into your candle. So I added my intention into my candle. I do like to also add a little extra protection. Um, I do believe that whenever you're doing, that's why hoodoo is really practiced mostly in secret, because it shields your work when it's done in secret. Nobody knows what you're doing, so they're not able to throw any negative intentions or ill wishes, or negative energy towards what you're doing. But because I am doing this on live for you guys, that's why I say consider yourselves lucky, because I probably won't be doing this again. But I just felt like it was, you know, that it was something worth sharing with you guys. So just for a little added protection, I am adding some black salt. This is black salt. Black salt is used for protection. White salt is also used for protection, but black salt is a little bit more potent. And then I make my own black salt, and I do add specific herbs in my salt for protection. So I'm just taking a little bit of my black salt and I'm putting it around my candle because I want to protect my work from any negative energy. Salt is a really, really good um, tool for protection. So I'm just adding it on around my candle counterclockwise. So um, so this is a two-step process because I'm doing prosperity work. But I'm doing you don't have to do you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing, but I am doing two a two-step process. You can just really burn a candle, but I'm gonna do a little bit more, so I'm gonna show you guys. So now that I have my candle cleansed, oh, also I do like to cleanse my candle with Florida water. That is my favorite. I should have actually did that when I was before I put my intentions into the candle, but I actually forgot because I'm a little bit nervous because I'm not used to going live and doing this on live. So I'm just gonna do a really quick. I'm cleansing my hands and I'm going to just wipe down my candle just a little bit with my Florida water, just to for extra cleansing. So now that I have my candle cleansed, I have my candle protected. Now, and I've set my intentions into my candle. Now it is time for me to dress my candle. And I'm going to dress my candle with money oil. And this is money oil that I make. If you're interested in purchasing it, you can check out my link in my bio or my link in my profile. So actually, before I do that, where's my thing? Yeah, this is a process. And like I said, I'm not used to doing this on live. So I'm trying to take my time so I can make sure that I wish you guys could see my candle as I'm working with it. And I can't get my phone set up right, so forgive me. But if you guys could double tap the screen for me, I really appreciate it. I got one person in here, so thank you for staying. And if you could just double tap the screen or share the live, I would really appreciate it. So what I'm doing right now is I am taking a incense, and this is a little ghetto, forgive me. I usually use something like a wood stick or something to poke the holes in my candle, but I'm going to use this incense right now because that's what I have on hand. And Hoodoo is all about using whatever you have on hand. You don't have to be fancy and use all kind of fancy things and stuff like that. You use what you have. So I'm going to poke 7 holes in my candle, going counterclockwise. And I use the number 7 because 7 is the number for completion. So I am poking 7 holes. In my candle. And I should have got my look. I usually have this little I don't know how to explain it, but it's like this real hard wood like this little wood stick, and it has a sharp tip on the end of it, and it's pretty long, and I use it to put holes in my candle. Some people use nails, some people use screwdrivers, some people use pins. Whatever you can get your hands on to use is fine. But I don't like this incense because it's not going all the way down like I like. But nevertheless, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have 7 holes poked in my candle. And again, I use the number 7 because 7 is the number of completion. So I'm going to take my money oil, and I do make this myself. I was just trying to, I'm leaning in so I can see if you guys are making, or if you guys are leaving any comments. Because I don't have my glasses and I can't really see, so I got to lean in close to see any comments. But I'm going to drop the money oil in each hole. And this is called dressing your candle. So I put money oil in each one of my holes inside of my candle. And I don't know if you guys can see it. So I have my oil in my candle. Next, I am going to dress my candle with herbs. One of the herbs that I am going to use, this is my favorite. This is called alkanet herb. And it is used for prosperity, attraction, luck, and all of that good stuff. It is a really powerful herb. Oh, and another thing, you guys, I am, like, as I was saying earlier, whenever you are working with your tools, you want to add in your own, you want to make sure you add your intention into whatever you're doing. So even when you're using your herbs, you want to make sure that you have set your own intention. You've activated your herbs, and prayed over them. I usually pray over all of my herbs. Um, I activate them, and I always make sure that I pay for my herbs. And how you would do that in Hoodoo is, I'm not talking about physically purchasing your herbs. I mean, like, once you pray over your herbs and you activate them, you give an offering to that plant spirit. So you usually do that by offering 3 pennies. So I've already did that. I have it on my altar. I'll show you guys my altar too probably later. So I use alkanet as one of the herbs. And that herb is for drawing in prosperity. It's a attraction herb. It draws in prosperity and luck. And then I also have another really, really good herb that I love to work with. And it is called pennyroyal. I wish I can show you guys how it looks. Actually, I can. So this is pennyroyal right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. But this is a really, really good herb for money drawing. So I am going to add some of that in my candle as well. So what I'm doing right now is dressing my candle. And I'm putting in all of my money drawing herbs. I already put in my money drawing oil. And then this is a herb. This is called Damiana. Let me show y'all how it looks. This herb is called Damiana. This herb is used, mostly it's used for drawing love, or this is a love drawing herb. It's used for love work. And then it's also a natural aphrodisiac as well. So if you want to make it in a tea, it does help you to increase your libido and your sex drive and all of that good stuff. And it's a natural aphrodisiac. But the reason why I am adding it to my money candle is because I want money to absolutely love me. So I'm adding a little bit of that into my candle. And then, okay, so I did the pennyroyal and I did, so here is another herb. This is called alfalfa. This is a multi-purpose herb. This herb is used for money, prosperity, and love. And luck with love. So I am adding that into my candle as well. And I think that's all the herbs that I'm going to put in my candle. Oh, and then I also want to add a little bit of cinnamon. This is a cinnamon stick. I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon into my candle because cinnamon helps things to manifest kind of fast for you. It helps to kind of speed things up. So I'm adding a little bit of cinnamon into my candle. So now my candle is dressed. And so only thing left to do is to light it. Oh yeah, I also forgot to tell y'all too, this is very important. Whenever I am doing any work, it is very important to, oh man, this is not good. So I keep a glass of water because you want to make sure that you have all of the natural elements when you're sending up your energy or sending up your work. So I have a candle lit for fire. I have a glass of water here to help to invite the benevolent spirits, or your ancestors, spirits of your ancestors. I have water here, and then I also have earth too, but we'll get to that part. So and then of course the incense is the air. So the smoke from the incense, I have an incense burning, a money drawing incense. So those are the four elements. They are very important to have when you're doing your work. So I do have, okay, so the candle is done. I'm not going to light it right now on here. Oh, and another thing too that I want to tell you guys, it is, well, I want to say that it's necessary, but it is helpful to work with the moon phases. Full moons and new moons are really good times to work. But because I didn't catch the new moon, which the new moon was a couple of days ago, but I had so much going on, I wasn't able to catch the new moon. But because the moon right now is in Scorpio, it is still a good time to do work because Scorpio is a very magnetic, powerful sign, and it is the sign of attraction. We all know that Scorpios have this magnetic pull to them. Like you can't stand them, but you love them all at the same time. So I felt like this was a good time to do my work, my prosperity work, because the moon right now is in the energy of Scorpio, which is a very powerful energy. But of course, working with the new moon and the full moon is good as well. And then I I didn't mention it earlier, but I do have my crystals here. Um, I just drew a blank on this crystal. This is a green aventurine. And this crystal is for prosperity and drawing in luck. And then I have my clear quartz here as well. And that's to cleanse the energy. So I have those here. So now that my candle is out the way, I do have a second part that I like to do as well. So right here, hopefully y'all can see this, but this is a sugar, this is a bowl of sugar. And then I have a $2 bill that I am going to use. I am going to add this $2 bill into my sugar bowl. Well, actually, I am making a sugar jar. So I do have me a glass jar right here. I'm going to have to cleanse it because we always have to make sure we cleanse all of our tools before we work with them, because you want to add your own intention. And then I have a $1 bill and some coins. For the coins, I only have pennies because copper attracts benevolent energy or benevolent spirits. So I have pennies, $1 bill. The reason why I have the $1 bill is because I'm going to put money oil on my bill. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. I don't want to put the money oil on my $2 bill because they are kind of hard to come by. And so I don't want to put any oil on it. I want to keep it in the condition that it's in. But I am going to fold it up and add it to my sugar jar. But for the $1 bill, I am going to add some money oil on it. So I'm going to add a couple of drops of money oil on my $1 bill. I added 7 drops because you don't have to. You can add a couple of drops. It's all up to you. But I add 7 drops because for me, 7 is the number of completion. 7 is a lucky number for me as well. So once you add your drops of oil, you want to fold the dollar bill towards you. You always, whenever you're wanting to draw something in or receive something, you fold it towards you. And if you're wanting to send something away from you or cast something out, you fold it away from you. And then you turn it counterclockwise, you fold it towards you again. So I have my $1 bill folded. I am going to put it inside of, let me cleanse my jar real quick. So as I was saying earlier, you always want to make sure you cleanse your tools. So I have my sage here, and I'm about to cleanse my jar. Oh man, what's in here? I'm the queen of recycle, so everything can be used. Hoodoo is more so about your intention more than anything, and also about honoring your ancestors. None of your practice, none of your workings will work properly if you do not honor your ancestors, if you do not have a relationship with them. So it's not so much about the things that you use as much as it is about your intention, and about the relationship that you've built with your ancestors, because they are the ones that power your practice. And before I get off of here, I'm gonna show you guys my altar. Um, I actually just I just cleaned it off, and I'm in the process of adding to it. So I'm just cleansing. my jar. And again, you always have to set your intentions with everything. So I am about to just set my intention to let this jar know what it is about to do, along with the sugar. So I am going to pour the sugar. Well, actually, I'm going to take my $1 bill first and put it in the jar. And I'm going to put my coins in the jar. And I'm going to take my $2 bill and put it in the jar. I'm not going to put anything on it, but I'm just going to sit it down in the jar. And then I'm going to take my sugar and I'm going to pour the sugar inside, or pour the sugar. Actually, I should have used my, what's the name? But anyway, we're going to make it work because I don't want to make a mess. If you guys could double tap the screen for me and give me a follow, I definitely appreciate it. And I'll follow you back. So I'm just adding my sugar into my jar. Some people use honey. They call it a honey jar. A honey jar. Most of the time they use honey jars for like love and attraction work. For me, you have to think about when you're working with certain things, you have to consider the natural uses. So we know that with honey does sweeten, but honey is, it moves slow because it's kind of thick. So, well, it is thick. So, it's hard for money. It's hard for you to get honey to flow for you. So I try not to use honey a lot because I don't want it. I mean, you can use honey if you're wanting a steady flow of something. But for this, I wanted to use sugar because my money, I wanted to sweeten my money, or sweeten my finances. And then I want my finances to flow in like the grains of sugar. So, it's so many grains of sugar. So I want my money to flow in like the grains of sugar. All right, so I got my sugar in my jar. So I'm going to take it a little step further because, I'm a little bit extra. So as I was telling you guys earlier, that cinnamon is used to speed things up. And cinnamon is a really great booster for any type of work, whether it's love work, prosperity work, protection work. You can use cinnamon in just about all your work. So I'm using a couple of pieces of cinnamon, and it's so expensive, so I don't want to. I usually just break it up into pieces because it's powerful regardless. You don't have to use a whole stick of cinnamon. Some people do, but I like to break mine up. I like to make my stuff last and stretch because, again, it's not about the quantity of what you're using or what you're using, more so as it is about your intention, and your belief. So I got cinnamon and sugar. Now I am going to add a little bit of coffee. And the reason why I'm adding coffee is because, as you know, as I said earlier, you have to think about the natural uses or the physical uses of what you're using. So we know that coffee helps to make things instant. It gives you and then it helps things to move fast. You know, when you drink coffee, it gives you that boost. So I'm adding the coffee in because I want it to give my money work a little boost. I want it to be instant. And then I'm also going to add some more of my herbs. So I'm going to add pennyroyal. Again, pennyroyal is a really good herb for business, for drawing in customers to your business. It's also good for prosperity and money work. And then I'm going to add my secret. Well, it's not a secret because I'm about to share it with you guys. But this is bank dirt. So yes, this is dirt from a bank. And then when you think about dirt from a bank, you think about the traffic of the money flow to and from the bank. So I'm adding a little bit of bank dirt as well because that dirt holds the energy. And then one more ingredient I am going to add, and that is lodestone. This is lodestone. Lodestone is, well, this is grinded up lodestone. And it does also have some grinded up magnets. I can't talk tonight, y'all. Magnets as well. And so what that does is the lodestone is for luck. It's very powerful for luck. And then the magnet is to attract. So we're attracting luck and prosperity. So I'm adding a little bit of that into my jar as well. And then I'm going to add a little bit more of the, I'm going to add a little bit of the alkanet root as well. That is a very, very powerful attraction herb for attracting luck and prosperity. So I'm going to add a little bit of that into my jar as well. And then I'm probably going to end up, after about 7 days, I'm going to come and take my $2 bill out the jar. But the reason why I added the $2 bill is because I wanted each dollar to double like it was two. So that's how I want my money to increase. For every dollar that I draw in, I want it to double as if it was two. So that's why I used the $2 bill. And then I used the $1 bill because I wanted to make sure that I had my money drawing oil in here as well. So I'm just shaking it up right now and adding in my intention. All right, so I just set my intention into my jar. So I am going to put this away in a dark place. As I said, after about 7 days, I'm going to come and take my $2 bill out, but I'm going to keep the coins and the $1 bill in. I'm going to give it a shake. Oh, wait a minute, you guys. I forgot to add my bay leaf. Bay leaf is a really, really good herb for protection as well as money drawing. Bay leaves and basil are both really good herbs for drawing in money. I keep a bay leaf in my purse. at all times. So I'm going to put this away out of sight, and let it draw and let it do what it's supposed to do. And I'm going to light my candle and let that burn for 7 days. And then after the 7th day, my work will be complete. So I just wanted to come on here and show you guys what I do. If you guys have been on my live before, you know that I do a lot of money. I do make a lot of spiritual products like candles and things like that. But outside of that, I am a practitioner of Hoodoo. And so I just wanted to come on here and show you guys a little bit about what I do. All right, so I am about to jump on off of here. Oh, Lord, this darn phone don't want to do right. It just don't want to do right. Whoa. But again, if you are interested in any of my products, you can check out my link in my profile. I do make a really, really good money drawing oil. It definitely does work. I love it. I love my oil. And then I also have a YouTube channel, and it is Essence Spiritual Essentials. You can check me out there. You can also check out my podcast I have on Anchor and also on Google Podcasts and Spotify. And that one is called Goddess of Essence. And then, of course, you can check me out on Facebook at Essence Spiritual Essentials. So there is always a way to reach me if you are in need of any spiritual products or if you are in need of any work. I do protection work. I do love work. I do prosperity work, and a list of other things. Um, so definitely check me out. And yeah, let me see, did anybody leave any comments or had any questions? Oh, so nobody could see what I was doing. Oh man, I wish I would have checked my comments before now. I didn't know they couldn't see me. I mean, they couldn't see what I was doing. I kind of figured that they couldn't see, but I was trying to hold it up so people could see. Hey, welcome you guys. Thank you for joining. Those of you that just joined me. So I don't know. Well, I guess you guys just joined me, so you don't know. But I was working. I was doing a. Well, first, my name is Essence, and I do make and sell spiritual products. I am a practitioner of Hoodoo, and I do spiritual consultations. I don't know why I struggle with that word, y'all. But and I do have a shop. If you are interested in any products, you can check out my link in my profile. But I just did some prosperity work, and apparently the people that were in the live earlier that were watching me do it didn't really see what I was doing. So now I feel bad. I do, because they didn't really get a chance to see exactly what I was doing, although I was explaining it. But I know a lot of people learn visually. Um, and so I didn't that I didn't give them a chance to see what I was doing. But I've already done the work now, so ain't no sense in crying over spilled milk. But for those of you that are in here, I can share some things with you guys. So this is black salt. I make this. And I make this with protection herbs. And I use this to, to ward off any evil. I use this for protection. I use it around my house. I use it when I'm doing works or whatever, when I'm doing my workings. And so that was what somebody was saying earlier in the comments. They were asking me what this black salt was for. So it is used for protection. Um, Regular salt can also be used for protection as well. With regular salt, I like to sprinkle it around the border of my house, and in front of my door to keep away, people that don't mean you well, negative energy, bad spirits. And I'm gonna tell you, it worked. Especially if you're the type of person that have a lot of people to come, that likes to have a lot of people over. If you put down some plain table salt, um, sea salt is really good as well. But if you don't have sea salt or Himalayan salt, regular table salt works really well. And I promise you, if you put some down, you'll start to see less and less people coming. Those are the ones that don't mean you no well. They don't mean you no good. Um, and I made a sugar jar, and they didn't get a chance to see what I was doing, but with my sugar jar, this is the sugar jar. Hopefully you can see it. But with my sugar jar, I added some coins. It can be, pennies, nickel, dimes, quarters, whatever coins that your choice. I like to use pennies because I know that the benevolent spirits like copper. So I use pennies. But I used a $2 bill in my sugar jar because I wanted, for every dollar that comes to me, I wanted to double as if it was two. So I used a $2 bill. I also used a $1 bill. I used the $1 bill because I did not want to put any the money drawing oil that I make. This is my money drawing oil. You can purchase that on my shop online. But I didn't want to put any of my money drawing oil on my $2 bill because $2 bills are kind of hard to come by, and I didn't want to alter it in any way. So besides folding it up, so I just put the money oil on the $1 bill, and then I put cinnamon and coffee. I use the cinnamon to help money to. Cinnamon is just a powerful herb. Um, it can be used in any type of work. It's just a very potent herb to help to increase the effectiveness of the work you're doing. So I use cinnamon. I also used coffee because coffee is used to speed things up. Coffee, I used instant coffee. So I wanted my money to start to flow in instantly. So I used instant coffee. And then I used some herbs, some very powerful herbs. One of the herbs that I use is called alkanet. Alkanet is a really powerful herb for attracting love and prosperity. I use pennyroyal as well. Pennyroyal is a herb that is used for drawing in customers to your business. Um, um, and not just drawing in customers, but also having repeat customers or returning customers. And then I used, what else did I use? I used alfalfa and Damiana herb. I use those herbs because they are both for prosperity and for love. and I wanted I wanted money to love me. So I wanted it to be, I wanted the energy of love. Like I wanted money to fall in love with me. I wanted to be with me every day, all day. So that's what I did. And then, of course, I added my intention. I prayed over my herbs. I prayed over my jar. So I am going to sit this jar away in a dark place out of sight because I don't want anybody else's energy to be on this jar. I'm going to cleanse it again before, like once I get off of here, I'm going to cleanse it again before I put it away. And then I also made a money drawing candle as well. And they didn't get to see me dress it and all of that. I'm just a little bit, that just bothered me because that's what I wanted. I wanted people to see me do it step by step. But anyway, it's already done. So this is I didn't have a different color green, so I had to use this one. But of course you can use a white candle as well. White is universal, so you can use a white candle for any type of work that you're doing. But I'm doing money work, so I chose this green, mint green or whatever color it is, but it's green nevertheless. And so I dressed it with my money oil and I used money drawing herbs. And so, of course, I cleansed it and I set my intention and I'm going to light it. It's a 7-day candle. So I'm going to light it tonight and let it burn for 7 days. And then I'm just going to watch as my money start to flow. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, I just hate that the people that were on here earlier didn't get to see me actually do it. But if you can double tap the screen for me, I would really appreciate it. And if you could share the live, I would also appreciate it as well. And if you give me a follow, I'll definitely follow you back. Um, so maybe I'll do this again because I had said earlier when I came on that traditionally hoodoo is practiced in secrecy and it's not done outwardly for everybody to see. That's just the way the ancestors did it, and I didn't want to deviate from what the ancestors do or did. But then I decided to just kind of step out there a little bit because I felt like it's some good information to share. So I just wanted to show people like what I do. And so I said that I wouldn't, this would be the first and last time that I would come live and show you guys me doing my work. Of course, I do all kinds of work: love work, prosperity work, protection work, uncrossing work. Um, I even get my hands dirty every now and then. I'm really more of a right hand worker, which means I try to work for good. For I don't like to harm, or I don't try to harm. But I will. I will if I have to. Um, but I would never do any type of left hand work if it's not justified. So if somebody was to come to me and ask me to do something for them that would harm another person, if it's not justified, I'm not doing it. I'm just not even about to play with my ancestors like that. So yeah, so I just wanted to show people what I was, what I do. And so I said that I wouldn't do it again, but I may have to, being that nobody got to really see what I was doing. So I'll try. I guess I'll do it one more time just so people can actually see. But of course, if you need any, if you need any work done, you can definitely message me, inbox me. Um, and if you're interested in any spiritual tools, I do make spiritual baths. I also make spiritual candles for money, drawing, protection, love, prosperity, seduction, all of that stuff. I also make teas and tinctures as well. I also make yoni steams and yoni butter, all of that. So if if you're interested in anything, you can definitely go click on my link in my bio. I am right now in the process of uploading a lot of my stuff. I don't have a lot of time to sit back and do it. I need to really carve out some time because that's important. I got all of this stuff that I make and I don't have everything listed on my website just yet. But it is definitely in the process of being uploaded. I did have an Etsy and I had everything uploaded on my Etsy shop. Um, but I got a little bit frustrated with Etsy. So I deactivated my page and now I hate that I did it. I should have just not used it anymore, but left it active, because I was referring people back to my Etsy shop you know, to see the different products that I sold, but I went on and deleted it. So now now I'm being forced to go ahead and get everything uploaded on my new shop. Oh, but yeah, I'm so sleepy. I need to be taking my butt to bed. But I decided to do do some prosperity work today because I usually like to work with the moon phases when I do my work. But because I missed the new moon. The new moon and the full moon are the best times for me to do, especially money work and things like money work and love work are best for me done on the new moon, and then protection work and any other type of work, hexing or whatever, is best done on the full moon. So I missed the new moon to do my prosperity work, but because the moon right now is in the sign of Scorpio, and Scorpio is a very powerful sign. It is a sign of magnetism and attraction. So I decided to go ahead and do my money work because, the energy is very powerful right now. Scorpio is a very powerful sign. So, you just have to kind of work with what you got. And that's pretty much what Hoodoo is about. So the conditions might not always be perfect when you're practicing or when you're doing your works. Um, but you have to be able to work with what you have. And I'm the queen of that. I will improvise and I'm gonna make something work. And because I have Scorpio in my chart, in very powerful positions in my chart. I just know that my energy, my power and my energy is increased right now at this time. So I just went on and did what I needed to do. Oh, thank you for the follow. Um, oh, I don't have my glasses, so I gotta lean in close to see. Yes, Damiana is a natural aphrodisiac. Yes, it is. I don't know if you're still in here with me. What is it? Free Spirit, Ayana. Yes, Damiana is a natural aphrodisiac. You can drink it as a tea, but you can't drink too much of it. Um, you can't use too much of it, but it's definitely a natural aphrodisiac, and it does work. I actually made a tincture. I don't have it listed on my website yet, but I'll probably have it on there before this week is out. Um, I would show it to you guys, but I don't feel like getting up. I'm just lazy right now. But I made a tincture called Good Time, and it's a natural aphrodisiac. And I have about 3 or 4 herbs in it that are all natural aphrodisiacs. Passion flower is also a natural aphrodisiac as well. Um, and it's 2 more. I can't think of them right now. I'm a little bit. My mind is shutting down. I'm tired. But I have about 4 natural herbs that are natural aphrodisiacs in my tincture. And it definitely does work. It's very good. It does have you. It have you in the mood. Only thing you got to do is take about a 3 ounce drop up under your tongue, and about 10-15 minutes, you start feeling all, you like, what is going on here? I feel like I'm in the mood right now. So I love it. I love my herbs. People don't understand that um, Mother Nature gave us everything that we needed. We don't need to look to all of this man-made stuff to heal our bodies. And, Mother Nature gave us everything that we needed, and she also empowered us to be able to um, do things for ourselves. Like, we don't have to walk around with wishing, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have everything that we need to make our lives what we need it to be, whether that's spiritually or physically, health wise. The most of the herb, well, all of the herbs, not most of them. Now, there are some herbs that you cannot use medicinally, but for the most part, most herbs are used medicinally and spiritually. So I am right now learning them. I'm learning them for both uses. So I'm learning to use them medicinally and spiritually, and I love it. I'm even teaching my children because it's a lost art. Um, the medical industry has taken over, and people like me, natural herbalists and things like that, we are being pushed on the back burner. And now they are even starting to, I'm on live. They're even starting to now use natural herbs and products and selling it to us. The very herbs that they said there was no scientific studies to prove that they are effective and that they work, but yet they are selling it to us now, making, they're putting stuff in products. They're making shampoo with hibiscus in it, and they're making lotions with aloe vera in it, all of this stuff. But they tell you that there's no scientific proof that this stuff works. There is scientific proof. People have been using natural remedies and natural herbs for centuries, especially in the African American and the indigenous community. People have been, that's all that they had. They actually studied this stuff, and they know that this stuff works. So I'm big on it, and I teach it to my kids. And then, it started out for me about, I want to say, maybe about 10 years ago. It was when it officially started, but I didn't really start to get really deep into it until maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, when I really started, like, actually purchasing herbs and learning about them and using them. But it started with me when I had my third child, and I just got tired of running back and forth to the doctors about for everything. When babies are small, you just never, it's always something. It's always either they got an ear infection, or they got a cold, or they got a stomach ache, or they got diarrhea, and they're teething. they got all of this different stuff that their bodies are going through as they're growing. And so, when I was a new mom with my first child, I didn't know any better. I was running back and forth for every little thing. And then as I got to my second child, I started to be a little burnt out. Like, whoa, wait a minute. Every time I turn around, I'm running to the doctor, taking my baby to the doctor for stuff. And then by my third child, I was like, well, you know what? My mama used home remedies for me. I'm about to start using some home remedies for my children. And then so, I learned to do natural. So like for cold medicines and things like that, I would make onion syrup. And that's one of my favorite. Onion, sometimes I'll do onion and garlic. But before I used to just do onions. And what you do is you take an onion, a plain yellow onion, and put you cut it in half, you put some sugar on it, you put it in a bowl. I'm getting ready to get off. You put it in a bowl and then you just cover it up and you let the onion sit overnight. When you get up that next morning, you'll have a syrup in the bowl. You don't have to do any extra. You don't have to add any water or anything. You just put the sugar on. You put as much syrup as you're wanting to make is about how much sugar that you're needing. I don't know the measurements or nothing like that. I can't give you measurements. But you put maybe about a cup or 2 cups of sugar on the onion. You cover it up and you let it sit overnight. When you get up that next morning, it's going to be some syrup in the bowl. You take the onion out because the onion will be black. And how you know that all of the properties, the medicinal properties, have been extracted because the sugar extracts all of the medicinal properties from the onion. The onion will be black. So you take the onion, you throw it away, and you take the syrup and you put it in something like a little jar or whatever you want to use, and that's homemade cold medicine. And it works better than the cold medicine that they make or sell in the store, because onion has a natural antibiotic. It has natural antibiotic properties to it. So does garlic. So you can also crush up some garlic, and crush it up real good to where it's juicy, and you can mix that inside of um, the onion syrup. And I'm gonna tell you, it does not have a good taste. But when I tell you it will knock a cold out in about 2 days, um, it's better than cold medicine because the regular cold medicine it just suppresses your symptoms. Like you still gonna be sick, but you just not coughing and you're not feeling bad. But with the onion syrup, it actually cures the cold. Like it cold. So you're feeling better in about 2 days. Love it. And then if you don't want to you don't want to make the onion syrup and take it because not everybody like onions. You can just take you an onion and cut it in half, and you can soak your feet. Um, you soak your feet in some warm salt water so you can open the pores up in your feet, and then you cut your onion in half, and you put the onion on the heel of your foot, put a sock over it, and just go to sleep. Do that for about 2 days, and that works about the same, because you're allowing the onion to you it's best to do it if you're not going anywhere, of course, because you're gonna smell like onion. But um, it works. I mean, it works. Trust me. You put that onion in your on the heel of your foot, and you cover your foot with a sock for about 2 days, and the onion soaks into your skin, into the pores. That's why you have to soak your feet first, wet your feet so you can get your pores open. And that's where you those are your head and your feet are the two quickest places to catch. That's where the cold sets into your body, from your feet and your head. So yeah, those are some good natural home remedies. And of course, garlic is an antibacteria. Um, you can use that. You can even make vaginal wash with garlic. If you are a woman that has issues with, I'm sorry, I got sugar everywhere. If you're a woman and you have issues with bacteria or yeast infections, you can make a garlic wash where you mix up garlics and you try to juice it. You do juice it. You juice the garlic and get as much juice out of it as you can. Um, and then you can mix it in some water and you can use it to wash with it for about 2 or 3 days, and it'll help to clear up yeast infections or bacteria infections. Of course, it stinks because we know garlic has a very pungent smell. So you of course, again, you're not gonna do it if you're going out. But of course, if you got something going on down there and you trying to get it cured, then you're not trying to go anywhere. You're trying to make sure you get yourself right. So you could take that and do a quick little wash with it. You can also use aloe vera and garlic juice or aloe vera. Get the juice from the aloe vera and the juice from the garlic, and water, and make you a vaginal wash, and you're gonna wash yourself with it for about 3 days. And then after that, after you do the wash for about 3 days, then you just use regular water, no soap, no anything, to wash yourself in. It helps. It works. Or you can just purchase my yoni soap. I do make some really good yoni soap. I have a lot of natural herbs in it that helps to fight bacteria and all types of vaginal infections. And it also helps with tightening your vagina and also helps with lubrication. So um, I extract my herbs and then I infuse the oil into shea butter and goat milk soap. So there is no perfume, no dyes or anything, but it smells good because I do add essential oils in it. But it is safe for all vaginas and it definitely does work. If you're wanting to, I can't tell y'all all my secrets, but if you're wanting to tighten your vagina, definitely try my yoni soap. I wish I could let somebody tell y'all right now that it does work. I've had 4 children, and when I tell you I got some snapback, you wouldn't think I had one child, and that just comes from steaming and using my because I do sell a yoni steam as well, but that comes from steaming twice a month and using my yoni soap and my yoni butter, and also doing Kegels. You don't have to walk around here loosey goosey. You can snap that thing right back and have it smelling like water. Oh, but I'm about to get on off of here because I need to be getting ready to lay down. And I think my husband ready to get into bed. So I'm about to jump on off of here. But definitely, if y'all are interested in any products, go check out my link. Oh, it's just one person in here. Well, thank you for hanging in here with me. I hope you have a good night. And I hope you join I hope you're following me, and I'll definitely follow you back.